my body, but that they're energy centers that impact my mental health, my physical health, my emotional health, and my spiritual health, I started to pay attention. My traditional methods of therapy and allopathic care for me at a particular point in my life were not working. And so one of the ways in which I was seeking health was through the Eastern sciences. And so I ended up going to India. And when I went to India, the first teacher that I met is the teacher who's going to teach you today, Sangeeta. So let me tell you who she is in her formal bio, and then I'll tell you who she is on a more personal level. So Sangeeta is a Reiki teacher, and she's been full-time practicing yoga exponent and a Reiki practitioner for over a decade. Her journey has included many spiritual initiations, deep personal work, mentors and certifications, working with different healing modalities and essential oils and Bach flower remedies. Sangeeta works both energetically with her clients and is known to connect with them deeply. She allows her intuition to guide her to the right modalities or tools that will help them the most. Sangeeta's heart-centered approach comes from a place of deep empathy and caring. When not on the mat, you will find Sangeeta making delicious Indian food, and I can attest for that, in her kitchen, or spring cleaning her home. She also says that she listens patiently to the numerous calls she gets from her adult grown children, or just sipping herbal tea looking out her window. Sangeeta offers yoga online sessions out of her home and online, and her ultimate intention is to assist her clients in empowering themselves in finding their own inner truth. Sangeeta strongly believes in the power of gratitude, and that we all have the power to create a fulfilling life for ourselves and live with the integrity of our heart. So that is the official bio for Sangeeta. I also want to say that she is my aunt. She is my mentor. She is my teacher. And she is the individual that supports me on my own path of learning and healing. So welcome, Sangeeta. We are so excited to have you here with us today.
Thank you so much, Priya, for those beautiful words. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
And so thank you, Sangeeta. So I want to just go and give you a little brief idea of what tonight is going to look like, and then Sangeeta is going to get started and we're going to get right to it. So we both, Sangeeta and I, want to say thank you so much to each of you for taking the time to join us here today. We are truly, truly excited for this class, and we're excited to share the beautiful wisdom that Sangeeta knows both from her own learnings and from her own direct experience. We're going to start with a background of the chakras. The chakras, you know, look at my accent. I think it's the how do you say it correctly, Sangeeta?
Chakras.
Chakras, okay. My English American accent was to say chakra. But the wheels of life are the energy centers. We're going to start with a brief history of where they came from, the spiritual history, and then we're going to go through each of the 7 primary chakras one by one. There will be plenty of time for question and answer at the end. So please save your questions for then, because we want to get through the material. This is a master class. So you're going to get a lot of value, not only about the spiritual science, but how to apply that spiritual science practically to our lives. Because for me, that was the most intimidating part when I first learned about this science, was how do I actually apply this knowledge to my life? And so Sangeeta is going to give you day-to-day practical steps and examples so you can truly learn how to apply this ancient science of the East. We're going to start now with a mantra. And a mantra means the mind, or a transportation vehicle for the mind. So a mantra is an instrument for our healing, both in our heart and our mind. And that through sound, it allows us to truly transcend our day-to-day life and come into a state of healing. Before we start the mantra, I'm going to read a brief invocation to open the class and invite the energies of the masters and angels. So just for now, what I'd like you to do is take a deep breath, just close your eyes, and get present for the experience you're about to have. We are so grateful you are here. So I just want to bring you back into your bodies, back into your breath, because you've committed to this time. And as you take a few deep breaths, allow the beautiful invocation to wash over your heart and your mind. And so in the name of the I am that I am, we humbly invoke the presence of the beings of light, the great central sun, the ascended masters, the angels, in the entire angelic realm. We ask for the presence of the ancestors of this land, and we ask for the presence of our own ancestors. We ask for the dolphins and the whales to join us. We ask for all ETs of the light and beings known or unknown to us who are available to assist us to join us here and now as we have this beautiful learning, so that we may all remember how powerful and magnificent we really are. We call in the four directions, the north, the south, the east, and the west. We call in the five elements, the earth, the air, the fire, the water, and the ether. And we ask that both Sangeeta and I and all others of us on this call are provided with the exact right message that we need to hear at this time for our highest good, knowing that we are expressions and channels of the divine. We humbly give thanks for the privilege of being here, and we ask for the most benevolent outcome for all present. And so it is. Amen, 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 and amen. And now, Sangeeta, will start with the mantra, keeping your eyes closed, please.
This mantra is called the Ayur mantra, and it's the mantra for nourishment and well-being. Well-being and nourishment for each of you here today. Let the vibrations of the mantra fall around your ears. Om Ayur Dehi Pranam Dehi Apanam Dehi Vyanam Dehi Om Chakshur Dehi Shrotram Dehi Mano Dehi Vachan Dehi Om Atmanan Dehi Pratishtham Dehi Mam Dehi Mahi Dehi Gently open your eyes. And I'm going to repeat the mantra because this mantra has some beautiful gestures or what we call mudras with it. And it invokes the various energies that we all have within us, asking for blessing, nourishment of each of these energies. So I will just chant each line with the gesture, and I just invite you to experience these movements also, maybe reaching out to each of you there. Ayurdehi, may my life be nourished. Pranandehi, may the upward flowing energy be nourished. Apanandehi, may the downward flowing energy be nourished. Vyanandehi, may the circulatory flow of energy be nourished. Chakshurdehi, Shrotrandehi, may my sight be nourished, may my hearing be nourished. Mano dehi vachan dehi, may my mind be nourished, may my speech be nourished. Atmanan dehi, may my soul be nourished. Pratishtan dehi, may I rest in this nourishment. Mam dehi mahi dehi, may I be nourished, and through this nourishment, may each of you be nourished. So, this topic, the chakras, is something that is so familiar, but every time I revisit the topic, there is something new that is revealed to me with every time that I have to share about it. So before I start, I just want to share a translation with you from the Vedas, which is an ancient Hindu text. And this translation is the description of the chakras in these holy books. So this translation is by the gentleman David Frawley, and he says, the 7 gods have 7 spears and 7 lights. They hold the 7 glories. According to quantum physics and scientific research, everything is energy. And movement of energy is the core principle around which many faiths and traditions are based upon, such as yoga, tai chi, qigong, and reiki. All these traditions focus on the proper functioning of energy for overall well-being and health. Now, if you look at that slide that has come up on your screens, you can imagine your body as having a circuit network. And in our physical bodies, this is made up of arteries, veins, nerves, and organs to which this network is connected to. But according to the yogis and ancient sages, along with our physical bodies, we also have what is a very subtle energy body, or the Sukshma Sharira, the Sanskrit word for the subtle energy body is Sukshma Sharira. And just as your physical body is made up of a circuit network, your subtle body too is made up of a circuit network which comprises the energy centers or the chakras, along with energy channels called the nadis, through which life force energy or prana flows. The very first mention of these wheels of energy have been made in the ancient Hindu texts called the Vedas thousands of years ago. When ancient sages sat down in their quiet moments of meditation, they discovered these wheels of energies within their own bodies. Sanskrit, which is an Indo-Aryan language, has given a meaning to this term chakras as literally wheels or discs of light and energy. So what are these chakras? They are focused areas of high expansive energy, and they have the loving responsibility of taking in, incorporating, and emanating this energy for the optimum functioning of our bodies. Now, this subtle body and this circuit network of our chakras and nadis interact with our physical bodies through two major vehicles. One, as you can see on the screen, the endocrine system, and the second is the nervous system. As you can see, the position of your chakras corresponds to the position of the glands in the endocrine system, along with a group of nerves called the plexus. And this link between our chakras, our glands, our nervous system, emphasizes the holistic nature of health and therefore demonstrates a need to maintain a balance not only in our physical health through exercise or diet, but also give equal importance to our mental and emotional activities. There are supposed to be 109 chakras, both minor and major, in the physical body and in the subtle body. But for today, our topic of discussion is going to be the 7 major chakras. These 7 major chakras, again, if you see on the slide that has come up on your screen, are located on your spine, starting from the base of the spine, all the way going up to the top of your head. And if you look at that slide closely, you can see a crisscross of the energy channels, or what I have referred to as the nadis. We have, again, 172,000 nadis or energy channels in our body, but the 3 most important ones are those that run in and along the spine. They are the Ida on the Pingala right, and the most important, the Shushumna Nadi in the center of the spine. And these energy channels are what connect your energy centers to the various glands, organs, and parts. Because located on the spine and in the spine is referred to as the pranic tube, or the Sanskrit term for it is Meru Danda. the center of light and energy, and hence these ancient traditions of yoga, qigong, tai chi, reiki give so much importance to the health of the spine. I would invite you to start to think of each of your chakras as a blueprint to your self-care, and to look upon them as doors to parts of your body that are not feeling at their optimum health, or maybe in a state of dis-ease. Now, an understanding of the chakras involves several aspects. And the very first aspect that I would like to talk about is the elements that the chakras are related to. Everything in the universe comprises of 5 basic elements. Our invocation invited these elements into our space. The 5 basic elements are the elements of earth, water, fire, air, and ether. So when we associate each chakra to one of these elements, it becomes easier for us to work through the element to balance the chakra. Because the subtle body or the energy body is something that you cannot touch or see, but you can sense and feel and work through that to bring balance. Your first 5 chakras are associated with the first 5 basic elements of earth, water, fire, air, and ether. But chakra number 6 and 7, which is just at the crown of your head and above it, are what connect us to our higher spiritual realms, and so they are very subtle. So the element of connect is primarily light and energy, cosmic light and cosmic energy. The second aspect of association of the chakras is through color. Why color? Okay, you can see through the screens that have been presented to you the different colors along the spine. Now, colors are something that we associate our emotional bodies with. They represent our emotional states. Okay, so when the chakra is identified by a particular color, it will guide you on the state of emotions of your emotional body. And through that, you can work to bring balance in those energy centers. The third aspect by which we can work at bringing balance or healing or enhancing the health of these centers is through the mantras. Okay, so what are mantras? Mantras are a group of sound syllables that, when put together, bring about certain vibrational frequencies within our bodies, okay, or within our space. Now, sound energy is vibrational, okay? So, according to quantum physics, the universe started with the primordial cosmic sound and was then followed by the energies of light and heat. So our life force energy that is present in our energy bodies is also vibrating at this cosmic vibrational frequency. Every chakra has a particular seed sound, or what is called a bija mantra, associated with it. And when you chant this bija mantra, it brings harmony and balance into the vibrational frequency of the chakra. Remember, the chakras are like wheels or discs. So they are in movement, they are in motion. And through their vibration, they emit energy. So what the Bij mantras do is they balance the vibrational frequency of the chakra, creating harmony within our bodies. The fourth aspect of association of the chakra is through the divine flower of the lotus. And very coincidentally, if you look at the garment I'm wearing today, I just happen to be wearing this, which has these beautiful lotus flowers on them. But coming back to our topic, the ancient masters believed that the chakras were divine centers purely from their innate ability to heal the body, okay, as we work through them. So they attributed a goddess and the lotus flower to depict each of these energy centers. They also said that when we go deeper into our meditative states, our consciousness becomes very subtle and the mind becomes fresh, delicate, and alive as the petals of a flower. Each chakra is denoted by a lotus with different petals, and meditating on this lotus flower and the goddess who resides at each of the centers will further heal and harmonize the chakras for us and bring balance in our physical bodies. Through the subtle body, we are attempting to balance our physical bodies. So if we want to harmonize our outer reality, the work must begin from within. And it's really not very challenging. But if we have a simple understanding of the chakras and with a little bit of coaching, we can balance our inner world through the chakras and therefore manifest a harmonized external reality. Again, like I said, even though our physical bodies are aligned to the chakra system, the chakras are something you cannot touch and see. But you just have to trust your inner knowing and know that they will work at bringing you harmony and peace. It's just an inner belief system that these centers are there to heal us. So, having given you this brief outline of how we will work with the chakras, I would now like to start with the first chakra, the base chakra, or what is called the Mool Aadhar chakra, the root chakra. The Sanskrit word Mool Aadhar is basically, the word Mool in Sanskrit means root and Aadhar means support. So this chakra is extremely vital to support us through whatever challenges that life may bring our way. And since I have spoken about the various aspects through which we can work at balancing and harmonizing the chakras, you can see on your screen the element that the root chakra is connected to is earth element. The color that we can work through to balance the chakra is red. The sound or the Bija mantra is Lam, and the lotus petal depicting this chakra is a 4-petal lotus, and its location is at the base of the spine. Now, this chakra governs the adrenal gland and is associated with the lower spine. The lower spine, your hips, your legs, and your feet. That is the physical body that we associate this chakra with. The gland is the adrenal gland. Now, since this chakra is our closest connect to the earth, it's located right at the base of your spine, it is what helps us in our grounding, in our foundation, and our connect to the universe. So basically, what this chakra does when it is in balance is that whatever challenging situation that life may throw your way, it gives you the confidence and strength to literally stand on your own 2 feet and say, you know what, I can take this on. You have the strength and ability to address the challenge. Also, the center holds information on family ties, on sense of belonging and survival. Your earliest memories of whether your basic needs were met are also stored in this root chakra. When it is not in balance, you feel very shaky, you feel self-destructive, and you just don't feel confident in your ability to handle situations in your life. Now, the chakra can either be a closed chakra or an open, imbalanced chakra, but also the chakra can be overactive and underactive. Okay, these are all aspects of working with a chakra. When your root chakra is overactive, it can make you materialistic and greedy. And when the chakra is underactive, it can make you extremely nervous and fearful. So this is some information on the root chakra. I'm also going to give you certain activities that we can do on an everyday basis to balance the chakra. Certain foods you can eat, certain essential oils you can use, mantra you can chant. Okay, so a holistic approach at healing this center. So activities that you can perform on an everyday basis are walking, especially barefoot. Remember, it's our connect to earth. It's our closest connect to earth. So walking, jogging, dancing, gardening, connect to earth again, okay, will help heal this center for you. Foods that can help to balance the center are root vegetables, something that grows deep into the soil. Protein-rich foods will also help heal the chakra. Now, since I am a yoga teacher, and if any one of you on the chat here, I mean on the screen here, are yoga practitioners, the tree pose, an excellent asana to balance your root chakra. Just as the word says, tree pose, it's going to ground you, it's going to center you, okay? Essential oil, since I'm also an essential oil practitioner, cedarwood is a brilliant oil to use to balance your root chakra. Now, I want you to be very cautious when you're using essential oils, especially on your body. You will take 1 drop of the essential oil to a ratio of 4 drops of carrier oil. Your carrier oil can be pure organic, cold pressed coconut, sesame, almond. There are a range of carrier oils that you can use. But you have to really be cautious because your essential oils are volatile. They can burn your skin. So you can even research on the internet on how to use them If you are using them on your person, the best way to use them on your person is to take a drop on your palms, rub, and just simply inhale and allow the spirit, because your oils are ancient masters. So set the intention for the masters of the oil to heal your root chakra. You can also use them in a diffuser, and that may also work by diffusing your space with cedarwood. Now, the primary issues of this center are survival and security. And therefore, this center, its message is I exist. Okay? It's basically to do with our existence, our survival, our security. The mantra that will bring the center into balance is the Beej mantra, L-U-M, LUM. I'm going to give you a real life example of how this chakra can manifest when it is not in balance. So this is not personal. I'm just shooting names at random. So excuse me if there's any one of you with that name on the group. It's not personal. So say there is this person called Annie. Annie is extremely anxious and stressed because a lot of people at her workplace have been laid off. Now, Annie has recently taken a home loan and she has EMI payments to make. So Annie is extremely fearful as to how she is going to make those payments if she too loses her job. So what is the issue here? Security, survival. How am I going to take care of myself? And so her rooting, her grounding, her being confident in her abilities to face life, whatever the challenge may come up, is threatened. And so her root chakra is not in balance. Okay, this is just a simple example of how in our everyday lives this imbalance can manifest. I'd invite you all now to close your eyes, to place both your palms between your legs at the inner groin, at the base of your spine, as I chant the Beej mantra to balance the root chakra for each of us. And like I said, you may sense, may not sense the chakra, but let us all work from a space of pure intense, just intending that this center is balanced for us with the help of the Beej mantra. So just breathe slowly, breathe deeply, both your palms cupping the root chakra at the inner groin region, at the base of the spine, and just let the vibration of this mantra fall around your ears. Lam. 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 When you feel ready, you may open your eyes. We will address questions on each chakra at the end of the session. So if you do have any questions, do make a note of it, put them up on the chat, and we'll come back to them. I'd like to now move on to the next chakra. So your second chakra, located on the spine, is the Swadhisthana chakra, the sacral chakra, the sacral chakra, and the Sanskrit meaning of the word Swadhisthana. Swadhisht refers to taste. So something that is very sensual, pleasurable, emotion-based is what this chakra is about. It's represented by the element water, the color orange, the Bij mantra Vam, depicted by a 6-petal lotus, and its location is the lower abdominal region and your genital area. Now this chakra again corresponds to the adrenal gland, and the physical organs in your body that may be affected by this chakra are your reproductive and sexual organs. This chakra is inviting you to connect to aspects of fluidity, creativity, fertility, sexuality, and self-expression. It also invites you to connect to how deserving you feel of the abundance and pleasures that life brings your way. When the center is not in balance, you are emotionally unstable. You feel very guilty and extremely hard on yourself. But when it is in balance, you are extremely positive and you flow with whatever changes that life brings your way. Remember, the element is water. So this chakra is about fluidity, about being able to flow, your ability to be receptive to change. When this chakra is underactive, you are emotionally blocked, you may be stiff, you may be poker face, but if it is overactive, you get over emotional, okay? So neither is good. That's what we want to bring into balance when we work at the chakras. Now, activities that will help bring this center into balance are swimming, because of your connect with water, belly dancing, purely from its location, being in the lower abdominal area, and loving partnerships, because this chakra is to do with your emotions, okay? A lot of emotions about physical, about material desires, about how joyful I am in life. And loving partnerships can do that for us. Foods that can help heal this chakra, because it's orange, depicted by the color orange. Orange colored foods like melons, oranges, mangoes, passion fruit, okay? Passion fruit, connect to your passion. And sesame seeds. These can really help enhance the health of this chakra. The yoga asana that can help you is the goddess pose. For those of you who are practitioners, you will know the asana that I'm talking about. The essential oil, Lang Lang, a brilliant oil to balance your sacral chakra. Now, The mantra that can bring this center into balance is the Beej mantra VAM. VUM, VAM. Again, I'm just going to share a real life situation which will help you to understand how the center can reveal itself when it's not in balance. So say Aaron is an artist, okay? So he is creative, he is an artist, creates beautiful paintings, works of art. But for 3 months, Aaron has been feeling blocked and hasn't been able to produce or create the works of art that he would like to. So what would this mean? Okay, so I would say there are 2 things that come up for me here. One, maybe Aaron feels that his passion has now become very mundane. It's no longer creative. It's no longer exciting him. And so that center of his that's responsible for his creativity is feeling blocked. Okay? Also, maybe Aaron has lost confidence in his ability to create. Okay? So that flow in him is just no longer there. So just some pointers on how a blocked sacral chakra can reveal itself in our lives. Once again, I would like to invite you to close your eyes, to place your palms at the lower abdominal region just below your navel center. And as I chant the Beej mantra to bring this center into balance, even though you may not feel the center or sense it, let us work with highest intention to balance this center for us today. So the session is not only about information. Like I started the center with the Ayur mantra for well-being and nourishment. I would hope that each of you leave the session feeling nourished. So just sense that this center is coming into balance with the chanting of this mantra, the Bija mantra. Vam. 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 When you feel ready, do open your eyes. Gently inviting your attention now to come into the navel center as I talk about the third chakra, the Manipura chakra, the navel chakra or the solar plexus chakra as it is also called. Now, what does the Sanskrit term Manipura mean? The term Mani refers to a jewel, and the term Pura refers to a town or a place. The element governing this center is fire, the color yellow, the Bij mantra Ram. It is depicted by a 10-petal lotus, and again, its location is the navel center and the upper abdominal region, governing the adrenal gland once again. So, this center governs the health of your upper intestines, the upper back, and the stomach region. Now, what is this jewel that this chakra is referring to? This chakra is inviting you to connect to the jewel of your personal power, your self-worth, your self-esteem, your true potentiality that is located in the navel center. I'd like you to connect to this term, firing on all cylinders. What is the emotion that comes up when I use this phrase, firing on all cylinders? Do we not feel charged? Do we not feel alive? Do we not feel confident? That is exactly how you feel when this center is open. You are charged to take on any situation that life may bring your way. Maybe projects that have been on the back burner for God knows how long. You feel energized to tackle them. Okay, you say, okay, great, now I can just seem to be able to work through those projects. However, if the center is closed, you feel very stagnant, you procrastinate, you're inert. What the Sanskrit term is, you get tamasic, dull, lethargic. Okay, these are all attributes with a blocked solar plexus center. Remember, its element is fire. Okay, so the term I used, firing on all cylinders, that's what we are hoping to bring into balance. Now, when the center is overactive, you get aggressive and dominating. When it is underactive, you feel very nervous and timid. You don't feel confident in your ability. Okay, that element of fire is dimmed. You know, your potential, what I said, which is your self-worth, your self-confidence, that is dimmed in you with an underactive solar plexus chakra. The primary issues that this chakra is talking about is power and control. Coming to activities that can help us bring the center into balance are a lot of self-care, a lot of self-care. Now that self-care can be in the form of a physical massage to the body, okay? To charge that element of fire, because remember, circulation, massage brings up the fire element within you. Activities like, say, self-reflection, new hobbies, these can also help bring the center into balance. Very often, if I may come back to its attributes, do we not feel a pit in our stomach or butterflies in our stomach? So what does that refer to? Okay, it's our inability to take a risk. You know, when a challenging situation comes our way, we feel a tightness in our stomach, the butterflies in our stomach, versus fire in the belly, where you feel charged. Okay, yogasanas that work brilliantly to elevate this fire element are sun salutations, the Surya Namaskars. Brilliant, extremely brilliant set of asanas to enhance the health of this chakra. The essential oil that works beautifully to heal the Manipura chakra is rosemary. Rosemary. The message of this chakra is I control. Okay? So, inviting you to feel how much in control you are of a situation, or how powerless you feel in a situation, is imbalance in the chakra. Okay? Now, coming to a real life example situation that may just make it easier for you to connect. Ronnie is an office manager, and for the last some months, he is unable to address certain situations that are coming up for him at work. He can't seem to find the right solutions to those situations, and he just feels extremely demoralized. His self-worth feels challenged. He just doesn't feel confident, doesn't feel good enough, doesn't feel productive. And he feels very helpless and not in control. Even though he's the manager, he just feels just not in control. Okay? So that's a life situation that may help you to relate with how a blocked solar plexus can manifest itself. Once again, coming to the mantra to meditate on, that is Ram. I would invite you to place your palms on the navel center. Draw your attention into your body, into the navel center. Set the intention for this element of fire to be balanced in our navel center, for each of us to find our true potentiality, our true power, our self-worth, and what is it that we are meant to be doing in this journey in our lives. Ram. 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 And slowly open your eyes when you do feel ready. what I'd like you to also connect to is that as the Bij mantra is being chanted, there may be certain centers that you may resonate more with. Just make a mental note of that for yourself. Or you may just be guided to place your palms on that center for even longer than after the chant is over. So mentally make a note for yourself, and you will know that that center is probably something that you're being invited to work with. Now, coming on to the fourth center, the Anahata Chakra, the heart chakra, the heart center, and the Sanskrit term Anahata refers to the unheard sound. The unheard sound. The element representing the Anahata Chakra is air. Its color, green. The Bij mantra, the seed sound, Yam. The goddess sits on a 12-petal lotus at the center, and it is located at the center of the chest, the mid of the chest, between the breasts. This chakra is associated with your heart, your lungs, the circulatory system, and the thymus gland. It is the center of unconditional love, compassion, group consciousness, and spirituality. When this center is open, you have an ability to heal past wounds and form healthy relationships. But when the heart center is closed, you become very possessive, codependent, form dysfunctional relationships, and just, that fear of rejection is so great in all of us that we may even isolate ourselves from others, just because we are so afraid to open ourselves up to that love. So this chakra, guys, is not only about giving love. A very important aspect of a balanced heart chakra is to be open to receiving from you, okay? So from others, not only as you give, you also need to be open to receiving. Now, when the center is underactive, you become cold and distant. And when it is overactive, you smother people with love. I'm sure my children may sometimes feel that about me. I tend to get that way, and then I have to say, okay, wait, don't do that. So yeah, that can happen with an overactive heart center. So this chakra is a really important one for all of us at this important time in our lives. We are all experiencing a huge shift right now. And more than any of the other chakras, this center, the heart center, coming from a space of pure love, of pure compassion towards each other, is what is the need of the day-to-day. And this chakra is a bridge between your lower three chakras, which are more dense, and your upper three chakras, which start to get more subtle, more sukshma, more connecting to your spiritual reality. Okay? Now, the primary issue of this chakra is love. Primary issue is love. Activities that can help bring this center into balance are, very simple, so simple actually, and we can all just do this now, is just place your palms at the heart center connect to that inner silence with a sense of deep gratitude, a sense of knowing that I am open to receiving and giving love. Selfless service is a big, big one to balance the center. With no agenda, how can I just do for another? Affirmations that you can repeat for yourself, and we will put it up on the chat. And you will find this very challenging. I invite you to look into a mirror and say, I love, I am loved, I am loving. The hardest thing to do, trust me. But this affirmation will really help heal that center for you. Foods that can help balance the center. Green, remember the color green is what depicts this chakra. So spinach, broccoli, kale, green teas, seeds like maybe, poppy seeds. Some seeds can help heal the center for you. Essential oil, this is a beautiful one. Rose. Rose is a brilliant essential oil to work with this center. The yoga asana that you can do to open up this center is the camel pose. If you know the pose, it just takes you back and enhances that opening up. Yes, absolutely. The wheel pose, the camel pose, brilliant heart opening center, asanas for this center. Now, coming to a life example, okay, and I'm sure many of us can connect to this. So Sarah is very, very angry with her husband. He has been cheating on her, and Sarah is unable to forgive her husband. Now, what do you think forgiveness can do for this center, and or vice versa if we don't forgive? When we don't forgive, we are reinforcing that very thing that we do not want in our lives. Okay? So, by not forgiving, what is Sarah reinforcing? So, she is reinforcing that lack of love in her life when she actually wants that. She wants that open heart center. She wants that compassion for herself. But by not giving it, she's not going to be open to receiving it. Okay, and that's how a blocked heart center can manifest. And that prevents you from enjoying the joy of an open heart center. So let's once again close our eyes. Let's work with the Bija mantra to bring this heart center into balance for all of us. And as we work with the Bij mantra, even though we cannot physically see each other, I would invite you to send loving kindness to each and every one of us on the chat here today. And know as you give, there are also that 130 of them giving to you. So be open to receiving that love, that compassion for yourself. Yam. 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 And gently open your eyes when you feel ready. As we move to the fifth chakra, the Vishuddhi chakra or throat center, this chakra, the term Vishuddhi in Sanskrit means supremely pure. Supremely pure. Its element is ether, the sacred sound hum, its color blue. It's depicted by a goddess sitting on a 16-petal lotus. And this center is located at the pit of your throat. This center is associated with your upper respiratory system and the thyroid gland. It is the center of speech, communication, and self-expression. When open, you can communicate your emotions in a healthy way without fear of being judged. But when it is blocked, you often feel choked and you're unable to express your emotion with authenticity. You also become a very poor listener on the other side of a spectrum and get too talkative. Okay, so it can work both ways. You're either feeling choked or you get too talkative and you're not really listening to what the other has to say. It's all about you. It's all about yourself. Okay, so exactly what it does. So when it is in a blocked center, you cannot speak, you feel introverted and shy. And when it is overactive, you're dominating and therefore isolate people because it's only about yourself. You're not really allowing the other to speak and share what they want to say too. Okay, so it's about speech, it's about self-expression, it's about communication. This center's primary message is to do with communication. How authentic, how pure am I in my communication? And here I'd like to just share one concept of the principle of ahimsa. The term ahimsa means non-violence. Now, the scriptures tell us that this non-violence can also manifest by watching our speech. Okay, how often do we get violent in our speech? Not only physical violence, but violence in communication. Okay, so that is what the center is inviting you to reflect on. Activities that help heal this center are chanting, singing, breathing exercises that will really help open up the center for you. The yogasana that will really help the center, and it has to be done with supervision. Unless you are a seasoned yoga practitioner, please don't attempt to do this on your own. Shoulder stands, okay? Don't attempt to do it on your own. You need the guidance of a teacher, unless you're a seasoned practitioner. Foods that can help are primarily liquids like herbal teas, fresh juices, salt water gargling. Salt is a great cleanser of negativity. Okay, so when I spoke of pure speech, salt gargling will help cleanse negativity in this center. Another very important Ayurveda practice is something called oil pulling. So oil pulling is taking a spoon of pure cold-pressed organic coconut or sesame oil, 1 teaspoon. You don't swallow this, please. You just take it in your mouth and you swirl the oil around your mouth. That will really help open up the center for you. And then, of course, after 5 minutes, you spit that out, you discard it. Please don't ingest. No ingesting. It's just swirling, gargling. Do not swallow, please. Okay? That's oil pulling. The essential oil that can help balance the center is eucalyptus oil. Its message is, I express. How well do you express your emotions? Okay, now coming to an example, a real life situation. Samantha is the CEO of a company. Okay, so she at work is very communicative, is very expressive. She's a real leader for her team and can really voice what she needs done beautifully. But when she is with her mother-in-law, for some reason, she just cannot express herself. She feels choked, lands up with a sore throat, a cough, sometimes even loses her voice. Okay? That is a blocked throat center. Now, why does Samantha feel this way? Or why does this happen to her? Probably she feels criticized, judged, or she's just fearful of voicing her emotions with authenticity to her mother-in-law. Okay? And that can just choke her up completely. She just cannot bring herself to do that. So, sorry for too much information, but I hope it's all helpful. And I'll break that now by requesting you to just place your palms at the pit of the throat and let us set the intention for this center to come into balance with the chanting of the Bij mantra, hum. And as you place your palms at the pit of the throat and you wish to chant the Bij mantra to experience its vibrations along your vocal cords, please do so. Hum. 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 Gently open your eyes. As we move to the 6th center, the Agnya center, the third eye center. And the Sanskrit meaning of the word Ajna is seeing beyond the seeing, or beyond wisdom. Its element is light. Like I said, the higher chakras are not associated with the physical elements, but they get more subtle. Color indigo, the Bij mantra Om, depicted by a 2-petal lotus and located at the space between your eyebrows. This center governs our pineal, pituitary, brain, nervous system, and senses. It is associated with the sixth sense, and it is related to how our beliefs and attitudes in life feel evaluated. It is about insight. When this center functions well, you just have a trust that your inner wisdom is going to guide you to make the right choices to a challenging situation. You just have an inner knowing, an inner sense. It opens your mind to a broader perspective, to a bigger picture, to an understanding that beginnings and endings of any situation have an appropriate time. Okay, they just have an appropriate time. Things are never random. Things are never coincidental. There is always an appropriate time for everything that happens in our lives. Now, when the center is closed, you work from a very logical space of your mind. You are entirely left-brained. Okay, it makes you cynical. It makes you untrusting. You don't trust that wisdom that is beyond the senses. Okay, beyond the sense of this is what I see, so this is how it should be, or this is what I hear, and therefore that's how it should be. There's a deeper wisdom. There's a larger picture, which if the center is closed, you are not open to. Again, when it is underactive, you are not good at thinking for yourself, and so you rely on an authoritative figure to guide you. But if it is open, if it is overactive, you live in a fantasy world. Okay, it just takes you beyond the physical. It takes you into a fantasy space. So the primary issue with this center is clairvoyance. How well connected are you to your sixth sense? Okay, so we have the 5 senses of sight, hearing, touch, taste, but you also have the 6th sense of intuition, of clairvoyance. Activities that can strengthen the center are meditation, visualization, sunlight. Sunlight strengthens the pineal gland for us. Tapping this center. So if you place your 2 fingers, and you all can do that now for a short while, at the space between your eyebrows, and very lightly tap. It has to be gentle, okay, very gentle. You may or may not feel sensations, but as you practice this every day, it will just open you up to connect to your inner wisdom, okay? So a gentle tapping at the center really helps. Foods that can help are dark foods like blueberries, blackberries, poppy seeds. They are brilliant foods for your Ajna chakra. The asana that can help to open up the center is simple cross position like I am sitting in now, closing your eyes, just connecting to guidance and wisdom. The name of the asana is Sukh Asana. The term Sukh means joy. Okay, so just being open to receiving that joy is what the third eye center also does for you. Essential oils are lotus oil, sandalwood oil, helichrysum, lavender. These are some of the great oils that you can work with to open up the third eye center. Its message is, I witness, I witness. Opening yourself up to be able to witnessing what life is about in a larger perspective. So a real life example here would be, just as Rita is stepping out to for the day, a voice keeps guiding her to not walk on the path that she uses every day. Okay? But Rita is not really connected to that voice, and she continues, and lost in her thoughts, she misses her footing and falls into a ditch. Okay? Now, what was the message that Rita was constantly being told? For some reason, that particular day, there happened to be some work happening on that path, and there may have been an open little hole there, and she lost her footing. Something was guiding Rita not to walk that way, but Rita was not connected. She ignored that voice of wisdom, that voice of intuition. And, you know, I'm not saying that we can hurt ourselves doing that, but this is just a really basic, simple example of how this can manifest in our lives. Okay? So how often do we get these messages, and how often do we actually connect to them? That's what I'm inviting you to reflect on. Okay? Now, the beach mantra for this center and the next, which is the Sahasrara, the seventh chakra, is the same, which is the sacred primordial sound of Om. So I would like to finish with the seventh center, and then together, for healing both the centers, we will chant the Om. So coming on to the seventh energy center, which is not located in our body, but is a few inches above our head, is the Sahasrara, or the crown center. Its element is cosmic energy. The color depicting this center is violet or light. Its sound is Om, and depicted by a goddess sitting on a 1,000-petal lotus a few inches above our heads. It is associated with the central nervous system and the pineal gland. It is the center of truth, oneness, helping you to connect to the spiritual realm and beauty itself, and to understand that you are a spiritual being having a human experience. When it is underactive, you are spiritually unaware, and you think that happiness comes from something external of you, like an external object or a person, something external, okay? But when it is overactive, you feel a disconnect from your environment. You feel isolated from others. Again, when the center is in balance, the freedom that it can bring to your space is just something that cannot be described, because you are in sync with peace, with unity, with cosmic consciousness. And you just know that come what may, you are on the right path. Okay? The surrender is so supreme in you that nothing can challenge or disturb that peace and inner spiritual beauty that comes into you. So the issues with this chakra are spiritual wisdom, The asana that can help balance the center is the headstand. Again, please, not to be done on your own, with guided supervision, with the help of your yoga teacher. You can definitely work on this asana. Fasting and detoxification, very important to open up the center for you. The essential oils are similar to that of the pineal gland. So sandalwood, lotus, lavender, great oils to work with. The message of the center is, I am that I am. I am that I am. Okay? Remember, it's inviting you to connect to the fact that you are a spiritual being having a human experience. So you are that. You are that. Okay? You are that spiritual being. A very simple example again is, say there is this person, Karen. She does not believe in God or a higher power or a supreme reality that exists. And she feels that people who follow non-scientific mumbo jumbo are fools. Okay? So her crown chakra needs to be worked on. So with that, I come to the end of my sharing of some insights on these wheels of light and energy within us. And before we end the session, I would invite you to try to sit with an upright, erect spine. You may take support for the back. But as we chant the Oms, if some of you have seen what the symbol of Om looks like, I'm bringing it up on my screen. I'm sorry, it's mirror imaging, but if you can see, this is what the Om symbol looks like. And I would like you to visualize, literally draw the symbol in front of your body. And as we are chanting the Om, invite its vibrations to come into your body to heal and balance each of the centers, because like I started my explanation with, that this is the cosmic primordial sound that is flowing through your prana, your life force energy. Okay? And this chant will help resonate, harmonize, and balance that frequency for you. So do close your eyes. Set the intention for nourishment, for harmony, for balance, and for well-being. For each of us, for our family members, for the world at large. I will be chanting a mantra on the Omkar, which simply states that Om is here, Om is there, Om is everywhere and in everything. So do keep your eyes closed and again let the vibrations of this mantra fall around your ears. Omkar Eveda Sarvam. Omkar Eveda Sarvam. Om Sarvamasmi. 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 Bow your head down to the divine within you. Raise your head and gently rub your palms briskly. Cup your palms with your eyes, over your eyes, sorry. And then gently open your eyes. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sangeeta. We can all, I think I can say for all of us that that was a beautiful, beautiful class. And a beautiful teaching. There's so many great comments in the comments. Thank you so much for joining us. We have quite a few questions, so please feel free to stick around. If you don't want to stick around, that's okay too. 100% your choice, your power, and your solar plexus. Execute it however you wish. But we have a few questions, and I also just want to tell you about our next class, and that we're going to do a mantra at the end of this 20 minutes that we have for question and answer if anyone wants to stick around. But Sangeeta, before I don't even know what to say other than I'm just so grateful for your sharing, for your chanting, which just gets right to at least my heart, and your wisdom. Your wisdom is so profound, and you can reach Sangeeta, you can email her. She's absolutely willing to answer questions for you. And you'll get an email with her email contact as well. And such beautiful comments. We're so grateful for you all for being here. Stick around if you want to answer questions. But before you go, I'm going to put the sign up for the next class, which is going to be Saturday morning, August 15th, another free master class with another amazing master healer and teacher from India. One of my personal healers, Sangeeta's as well. Her name is Elena, and she is going to teach on the secret of manifestation, which I can guarantee you many of us in the West do not know. And so it is going to be an exceptional class that she's teaching for us, and she's given me very little hints other than have your people get ready to manifest exactly what they want. So that's going to be the next class. And then I'm going to put that in the link here, and I'm going to start asking you some questions, Sangeeta, that we've gotten while you've been talking, please. Thank you so much for your kind comments. Sorry, Sangeeta, you were saying something.
I'll do my best to answer them. Yeah.
I love her humbleness. She's going to do amazing at all of these questions. Okay, so the first question we got, Sangeeta, that I've been keeping notes from people is there a meaning to the different number of petals?
Yes, actually there is. So like I stated, the chakras from the base of the spine, and as we move along the spine, start to get from dense to more subtle. So we started with a 4-petal lotus, which was the root chakra. We came to the throat chakra, which was a 16-petal lotus. Okay, so you could see that. But what I would invite you to reflect on is that when we came into the third eye center, it came back to a 2-petal lotus. And the reason why it comes back to a 2-petal lotus, I don't know if Priya, you can bring up that slide on the Ida and Pingala nadis that may just help them to understand this answer, is that as we are working from the more base and dense energy centers to the more subtle, the two energy channels which crisscross along the spine meet at the third eye center. Okay? Yes, and if you can see that crisscross, not this, Priya, the Ida and Pingla. This one. And if you can see at the third eye center is where those two nadis or energy channels meet, and that's when the awakening of your pineal gland happens and you open yourself up to the wisdom that is coming from something beyond your physical senses. So yes, that is the symbolism of the number of petals. I also stated when I associated the petal with the chakra that the deeper meditative states make your mind more subtle, more fresh, more delicate, like the flower. So the more number of petals you reflect on, open up, that much more expansive you are making the mind. So that is the significance of the number of petals as the energy centers become more subtle. And finally, when you are at the Sahasrara, it's 1,000-petal lotus, which is giving you the opportunity to receive that wisdom which is there for all of us. Okay, the wisdom from the masters, that brilliant source of white light just flowing into your space, and hence that much more openness to the petals. Okay, I hope that answers the question.
Yeah, feel free to do follow-ups in the chat if that doesn't. Thank you, Sangeeta. Okay, the next question. How do we strengthen our chakras daily?
So, like I said earlier, the chakras cannot be seen with physical sight, or you cannot touch them, but you just have to have an inner trust in the ability of the chakras to heal your body. A daily practice would be like I just did for you. I invited you to place your hands at the different energy centers, okay, as we worked, and chant the Bij mantras. Perform the activities that we stated. Eat the right foods. Use the essential oils. Okay, a lot of matter has been given to you. Either or any of these could be a part of your daily practice. I also said it's just an inner knowing. So this center, the guidance you receive from the pineal, your sixth center, will just allow you to know and sense and feel for yourself which center is not in balance. Another important way is to associate with the body part. Okay, so if my hips are in pain, if my legs are in pain, if my lower spine is in pain, I know and sense my root chakra needs strengthening. Okay, if I'm feeling choked and blocked and deeply sad, my upper back hurts, my cervical hurts, my shoulders hurt. I know my blocked chakra is both this and this, heart and throat. Okay? So chakras work not in isolation. Even if one chakra is blocked, the entire system can go into some form of discomfort. Okay? So a daily practice would be sitting by yourself, moving your hands along each of the centers, chanting the mantra, along with that essential oil, along with that activity. Okay? It's an everyday work. Please don't think by doing this once you're going to be in balance. No. Life is about challenging situations all the time. Okay? But it's a choice you make on how to take on that challenge. You can choose to grumble and complain about it, or you can choose to do the inner work and manifest a better outer reality. Okay? That choice is yours. That free will is yours. That's the only free will you have. Okay? So I hope, again, that answers it for you.
Beautiful. Sangeeta, we had another question. So this is a good follow-up. Can you show the placement of the hands? Should they be one in front of the other? Should they be side by side? We had a question. Can you just follow that up?
Yes. So I'm going to stand and probably just change the angle of my camera. I hope that will help. So I'll start with the lower chakras. Okay. So your root will be here. Your sacral will be here. The solar plexus will be at the navel. It can go even higher. The solar plexus ranges from the navel to your upper abdomen. Okay. The heart will be here. The throat will be here. Your third eye center will be here. To sense and feel the crown, this is a good movement to make. Okay? This is a good movement to make. Gentle circles on the top of the head. And you may just feel a tingling, the hair, the static of the hair standing up. Okay? It may not happen today, but in your quiet moments, you will sense and feel. Guys, just trust we all have that ability. Okay? You just need to do the work on a daily basis. That's it. You need to do the work on a daily basis.
And Sangeeta, does it matter which hand we use?
It doesn't matter. The left can go over the right can go over the left. That doesn't matter at all. That doesn't matter. No.
Thank you. And just a follow-up question to what you just did. If you feel the energy, does that mean there is an issue?
So if you feel the energy, it does not mean there is an issue. It just means you're feeling something. I would invite you to work a little more deeper. Take that deeper. Okay? Connect also to the physical body. Are you feeling discomfort in the physical body? Are you mentally feeling challenged? Feeling the energy can just mean a connect to that center also. But whether the center is balanced, not in balance, overactive, underactive, you have to have a holistic approach to it. You have to be aware of body, you have to be aware of mind, you have to be aware of emotion, and then take it as a collective. Okay?
Thank you, Sangeeta. So, sorry.
Just if I may finish this. If you all rub your hands briskly, you feel something, right? You feel that vibration, you feel tingling. That just tells you you're energy sensitive. But beyond that, to know whether the center is balanced, active, inactive, underactive, it has to be a more holistic reading of yourself. Okay? And you have the ability, trust me, you have the ability to do it. Each of us here, we can do it. It's just spending that little time sensitizing ourselves to our own mental, physical, emotional body. Okay?
Thank you, Sangeeta. A substitute for rose oil, because rose oil is quite expensive. You had mentioned that for the heart chakra.
Yes. I'm sorry, it's not coming at the top of my mind, but may I email it to you?
Of course, of course.
Yeah.
And I would recommend lavender and sandalwood as well, which are easier here to get, and also Palo Santo.
Palo Santo is brilliant. Palo
Yeah.
Santo is brilliant.
Yeah,
Yes,
beautiful.
Yes.
Okay, Sangeeta, breathing out while chanting the Bij mantra and breathing in after, is that the right procedure?
Yes. So if I may just do one chant and you all can watch. Okay. So you always take a deep breath in, and in your exhalated breath, in the out breath is when you chant. Okay. So right now I'm just going to breathe in. Please do not be aggressive with breath, because your chanting is also a form of breathing exercises. It's a form of pranayama. It's a kriya. It's a practice to strengthen your lungs. It's a practice to enhance the opening in your air spaces in the lungs. So to start with, you may just not be even able to reach into the chest cavity. That's perfectly fine. If the breath moves even a little bit up along the spine, that's fine. Okay, if it's a shorter breath cycle, that's fine. Don't struggle and be aggressive with breath, please. Your breath is a very divine tool for healing. Be very respectful of it. Work within your capacity. Work to your optimum levels. Never challenge your breathing processes. Okay, they build up. With practice, they build up. But don't challenge it. You'll just agitate your nervous system if you do that. And the primary benefit of mantra chanting is also to quieten the nervous system. Okay? Like you notice, the first three glands, the first three chakras addressed one gland. That was your adrenal gland. And your adrenal gland is your seat of fight, fear, flee responses. You want to move from that into the more quieter, more balanced, more calming energies for yourself. Okay? Which the mantras bring, which the meditations bring. So those are very more deeper processes to work with. Don't take them lightly, please.
Okay, next question. If someone is having digestion issues, which chakra is involved? It's asking this because the area covers both the sacral and the solar plexus. And that's like a more general question as well, because sometimes there can be imbalances in more than one chakra. So maybe you could address that in general.
Right, absolutely. Like I said, we never work with one chakra in isolation. Like I said, if my root is not balanced, it can lead to all the other centers being in imbalance. Okay, and so vice versa. So if I have indigestion, while it may help to work on your solar plexus, because the element of fire is what balances the digestive juices in the body, okay, and helps in the digestive process. You should also reflect on what at a beyond the physical level is bringing about indigestion. Okay, are you apprehensive about something? Are you fearful about something? Are you anxious about something? Is it survival issues? Is it security issues, which are root chakra issues? But that can manifest in me feeling a pit in my belly or butterflies in my stomach. You understand? That's how you have to relate. Never work in isolation, please. Of course, that may just address that for you momentarily, but know that the physical manifestation is the last manifestation. It comes from thought, it comes from emotion, and then manifests in the physical body. So you have to work holistically, please. I cannot emphasize that more often. Okay?
Right. So thoughts equal emotion. Emotion
Yes.
equals energy. And energy
Yes.
can equal ease or dis-ease in the body, mind, or spirit. And
Thank you, Priya.
just that's how I remember it. That's the only way. And I recognize that sometimes what I've also heard you say, Sangeeta, that I think is really interesting is that sometimes the physical manifestation in the body doesn't appear for maybe 9 to 12 months later.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you. Yes.
Yeah. Beautiful. Thank you. Okay, so next question. We just have a few more. And of course, I know it's 9:03. Feel free to stay. We'd love that you're staying. But if you have to go, peace and love to you. Next question. Are there any additional material items or technologies in our outer environment in the Western world that we may not think intuitively is dangerous or blocking our chakras, but in fact they are? For example, the quality of the water, AirPods, 5G technology. I love this question. I have so many thoughts on the answers to this question, but I want to hear yours.
So, Priya, I would really invite you to take that up because I know we've had some discussions on it. I'd invite you to answer that. Yes, it is deeply impacting on our bodies. And since you have very often voiced this to me and you are staying there to address that, please, I'd appreciate that. Thank you.
Of course, and please, I actually don't think it matters that we're in the West. I think the same technologies are impacting us wherever in the world we are. Perhaps in the West it's more so, but yes, technologies like 5G impact our energy. Technologies like the water that we drink, right? There's a lot of fluoride in the water. Fluoride blocks our pineal gland. You can research this. I'm not going to spend, you can literally Google it and find thousands of articles. Heavy metals, so the utensils and the pots and pans in which we cook. Fillings in our teeth have mercury in them. They impact our chakra. So yes, that's to name a few. Definitely, right? Because we're energetic beings. Everything impacts our energy. And so yes, our thoughts and our emotions, and absolutely some things that we believe are out of our control, like 5G and technology. And if you want to know more about that, email me out. I'll send you a Google document and send you down that rabbit hole if that's where you want to go. Okay, so next question. Let's just see. Any books written by you? Any books written by you that we can buy, Sangeeta? Or any?
No, no, please. No, I have no books, nothing.
Any books you recommend?
Nothing coming off the top of my mind, Priya, but I will look it up and send you a list of my books that I have and I refer to.
Yes.
Yeah, I will definitely do.
And the one I would recommend that's really more like a textbook, but it's really thorough and great, is called The Wheels of Life by Andrea Judith. It's a beautiful book. Okay, next question. When doing the yoga poses, is it okay to do just that one pose, or is it better to spend time doing more complete yoga practice?
So, again, like I cannot emphasize enough, all the asanas will address all your glands, okay? So you must do the entire range of your practice, from standing to sitting to twist to back bends to inversions, to balance the endocrine system at large. as I have stated, that the chakras are closely associated with your endocrine, with the nervous system, okay? So all the asana, a complete asana practice will work more effectively. But having said that, once you are done with the complete practice and you feel you're inexplicably sad for whatever reason, then spend maybe the next 4 to 5 minutes practicing a chest opening asana, like the camel pose, like the wheel pose, okay? Or Matsyasana. You know, there are several chest opening asanas. You could definitely end your practice in that pose, okay? Spend a little more time there with it. And what I often do, and I find helps me, is then while I'm in the pose, I'm chanting my beach mantra. Okay? And that just completes the process for me better. So if that helps, yes, that's an important way to associate your practice. Balancing asanas are extremely good for your root chakra. Okay? Balance. Remember what I said, the root. So if I have to give you an analogy, okay, a shaky tree, roots are very delicate, it's shaking. What is its state of mind going to be? Okay, I'm like this, versus a strong, steady, stable tree. Sturdy roots, anchoring, holding you down. Okay, what's the state of mind going to be? So balancing asanas are extremely good for enhancing the health of your root chakra. Okay, so work with support to start with in the balancing asanas, gradually, as it's you know, it just works very beautifully. One supports the other. When your root strengthens, your balance will become better, you know, and you start with the balancing asana to strengthen the root. But once the root strengthens, the balance becomes better. You just become more confident, you become more strong, and that will help improve your digestion. That makes you feel more joyful. That makes you feel, I mean, it's just such a beautiful cycle in your own self. Yeah.
And how many times for the chanting, Sangeeta? How many times for each chant at each asana?
No particular number. What I did today was 6. You can do even up to 12 chants. Just go with guidance. Go with what you're feeling guided to. I may do 3 chants at my root, but because my heart is blocked, I may just be guided to do 12 chants. I may be guided to do 18 ohms. You know, just learn to listen to what your body is telling you. And it will work beautifully for you. Don't go with a set of rules and regulations, because then you're bringing the left brain into the picture, okay? Your logical mind.
Thank you, Sangeeta. I think if people are asking me to repeat, the thoughts equal emotions, emotions equal energy, and energy equals ease or dis-ease in the body. So thoughts contribute to the emotional state that Sangeeta so beautifully talked about contributes to the energy in our body, and the energy in our body contributes to ease or dis-ease. I am not sure where Sangeeta went. She was there.
I'm here.
Are you there? We can't see you. We see that you're fan. Let me see if there's any other questions here. Oh, can we mix the essential oils? Sangeeta, I think you're muted, and I think the camera is doing something funny. Uh-oh. I could try to take on the answer to that question while she comes back. Can you hear me, Sangeeta? Well, the answer to the question that I would give is Yes, you can mix. However, I wouldn't mix more than 3 because you want to see what's actually working for you. Okay. There she is. She's back.
I'm sorry, the network issues on my end.
No worries. No worries. The question was, what are your thoughts on mixing essential oils? I said, I don't think you should mix more than 3 together.
That's right. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay. Whew,
Yeah.
I'm learning something. I love it. Okay. During the visualization seed sound practice of the Manipura, I noticed a dampening cold energy against the yellow fire energy. I worked on building up the fire, but are there other ways to address this dampening? Oh, she's frozen again, I think. Feel free to email any questions you have, and I will definitely make sure she gets them and answers them. So maybe this is a sign that we are finished. Really, please feel free to email me any questions that you have. Thank you so, so much for joining us. I really hope that you enjoyed this experience, learned a lot. My goal with these master classes is to bring you authentic teachings, to bring you real knowledge from the East, my teachers, my coaches, my healers, and I don't mean mine, I mean the people that I really trust and want to bring forth, because a lot of what's happening is information, but maybe not complete information. So I want to do my best to help the wisdom from the East come to the West. And so if you have topic ideas, please let me know. Yes, this is really good stuff that you can apply immediately. Please sign up for the next class, which is on the chat somewhere. Again, look out for that email, all about manifestation. And I'll email you my contact details to ask questions. If not, you can go to my website, which is, I'll type that in. And you can just send me a form, a note, and I'll connect you with whoever you want to connect to. And you guys are amazing. Thank you so much for your graciousness and compliments. And I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful, blessed night, and namaste. Lots of love.
I'm sorry.
It's
I'm
okay.
sorry, I lost.
It's okay. It's okay. And you can stay on because I think Sangeeta's going to answer more questions. But if you need to go, please, please, please go. Thank you so much for your lovely comments. I'll make sure I share all of them with Sangeeta. I'll save this chat. You guys are really lovely. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.